all the hard work that all of these players have gone through to get to this point in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So much work. But now they're here. 7 games to decide who will take home the coveted Stanley Cup. And of course, only one team will take it home. For Washington, their road to the Stanley Cup final not as easy as some might have thought it could be. But today, we get set for Game 1, an expansion franchise that even the owner of that team thought that they had no chance. And yet they are here at the Stanley Cup Final 2018. 4 games away from the Stanley Cup. A team that has lost 3 games in their playoff history. This is a good series, if you've ever heard of one. Washington, Alex Ovechkin, talent. They got everything. But Vegas, they got hunger. Tragedy struck, they answer the call. But now, this is the toughest it's going to get. You have 7 games to give everything you've got in your tank to win that Stanley Cup. 2 teams, 1 cup, 7 games. It starts now. Day run. Okay, we've got the Washington Capitals, Vegas Golden Knights. Welcome to the Stanley Cup Final pregame show right here on SN. I'm glad to be joined with you today as we are here on this Memorial Day Monday in late May of 2018. Again, this was a long road to get here. Vegas. I can't believe that they are here. I counted them out in the first round, okay? But now that they're here, what a season that they've had. Quite honestly, it might be the best season I've seen of any team in a long time. This is probably the best playoff run since probably the Kings back in 2012, I think. But all the pressure is on Washington in this series. Vegas, I would say Vegas has some pressure, but Washington, they have done so much this postseason that they hadn't done since '98. And Washington had played in 1 Stanley Cup final, no wins in that Stanley Cup final. And now Vegas on the other side in this series, in their inaugural year, they've got just as much shot as Washington. Vegas has home ice here in Game 1 and throughout the series. I think that Vegas is going to really show the world what they're made of here. This is the biggest stage. You're going to have the most people watching here in the Stanley Cup Final. Many people probably don't even know that the Vegas Golden Knights existed until maybe 2 weeks ago when they heard about this on all the news or whatever. But Vegas has been strong all year. They've gone through doubt and doubt and doubt. And now they're 4 games away. So so we're gonna pick the game right now between Washington and Vegas. So you got the Washington Capitals and Vegas Golden Knights. Okay, I'm gonna go with Vegas today. I'm gonna go with Vegas in Game 1. Okay, the reason why I'm going with Vegas is Marc-Andre Fleury. He has played at the highest level here in the playoffs, and I don't think that he's going to slow down anytime soon. The Capitals have had some struggles with Marc-Andre Fleury and whatever team he's been on. He's been on the Penguins the last 2 years, and now the Capitals are back to the final, first time since '98. But this is a different animal. Vegas is so hungry. If they win this series, I don't know what we're going to be talking about next. This would be the biggest upset in sports if Vegas could win this series. If they could win this series, it would be the biggest playoff, I guess. The biggest inaugural season that we've had in a long time. But, you don't get much better than Vegas for an expansion team to make it this far. Boy, they're 4 games away. I don't know if you realize that. They're 4 games away from a Stanley Cup. And I really think that this is going to be a good series. Jordan Wozniak absent. If you want to know the standings for the picks, I think I've won. Jordan won round 1, I won round 2, and I think I've won round 3 now. Of course, round 4 we will have 2 NBA and NHL will be separate. He will not get his pick in today. He's not here. Capitals Golden Knights, that's tonight on NBC, 7 o'clock. Coverage begins on NBCSN at 5 o'clock. For our entire SM Sports crew, I'm Jay Rod saying have a great night. This has been the Stanley Cup pregame presented by Quarter Technology Solutions. Go to quarterts.com for more information.